Thanks so much for joining us. It's time for us to take a quick look at what's happening on the covers of the papers this morning. And we're going to start, that's myself and Mike, are going to start with the Daily Trust newspaper. It says here, bandits in military uniform abduct 20 in Abuja. 2 attackers captured, according to police, and estates buy pump action, other weapons for vigilantes. We've been taxed to fix police vehicle, say the residents. Wow, interesting. Beneath the masthead there, it says, Kano governor buys 2.7 billion naira vehicles for lawmakers. World leaders react as Iran's president is buried today. Minimum wage, no going back on May 31st ultimatum, says Labour. It also says here, federal government reviews 14 trade subjects, syllabi, and decries teachers' shortage. I need 35 different visas to travel within Africa, says Dangote. And finally, youths hit jackpot with Notcoin in crypto trading. Token gets high-profile listing on Binance and major exchanges. And that's what we have on the cover of the Daily Trust.
You know there's something you want to talk about.
Well, hey, so there is a lot about that particular industry that we don't really talk about on the show, but
I know. There's one I've been listening I've been seeing so much. Tap swap. I don't know what.
Yeah,
so
tap swap. So essentially, it's mining, and they're using our devices to mine. So you tap and mine coin. Yeah. So that's how Notcoin was mined. And
you just be tapping.
Yeah, just keep tapping, and they give you tasks to do. Just keep tapping on your phone.
And then at the end of the day,
so what they're essentially...
if you don't understand the crypto space, be careful.
Yeah,
that's all I would say.
Yeah, so you're not paying to tap. You're just charging your phone and using your data.
You know, and the thing about crypto is not just a Nigerian thing, even around the world.
Yeah.
Yes, we understand that there are methods of paying now that are digitized and even go further, based off on the blockchain.
Yeah.
But as it were, Binance has had issues not just in Nigeria, but even around the world. I mean, we've seen the CEOs and all of that, the founders even being arrested and all that. I'm just saying that crypto is a space where a lot has been happening, a lot can happen. If you don't understand it, just be careful. Don't just jump into it. And if you do understand it, be careful.
So the premise is gamification. There are a lot of people that game online.
Game online, I understand.
Games,
yeah.
First-person shooter games and all that. And these people spend hours on their phones tapping anyway.
Tapping.
So the premise is you're making money from...
Just be careful and don't fall to the pressure of other people trying to push you inside. When there's pressure to push you inside something. Okay.
You know what? Let's move on to the next paper. I'll be tapping in the next 30 minutes, Mike. But Daily Independent is here as well. It says here, on Rivers crisis, don't set Niger Delta on fire. Jonathan tells Wike Fubara, urges ceasefire, says they must work for Rivers' interests. Only federal institutions, students can access student loans now, according to federal government. And Labour meets to review 48,000 minimum wage proposal by federal government. NABTEB begins syllabus review of 14 trade subjects, decries inadequate teachers. And Nnamdi Kanu blasts federal government prosecutor, calls him a terrorist. Reps threaten to block accounts of MDAs over incorrect remittances, say cement manufacturers using court injunction to delay price hike probe. And that's what we have on the cover of the Daily Independent.
Yeah, of course, the major headline there, that is a call from former President Goodluck Jonathan. And I think that kind of call, the elders should have a sit-down with these people. Because like I said, and yes, I understand where you want to go into governance and you want to ensure that the people you have around you are for you. But when politics is still going on after this time, governance will suffer. That's what's happening. That's what he's trying to say. He says, don't set Niger Delta on fire because, look, the time you should spend governing, you're using it to fight enemies and all of that. So that is the call from former President Goodluck Jonathan.
We have the Daily Times newspaper with us as well. It says here, Clark accuses Ganduje Damagum of encouraging Wike to derail democracy in Rivers. Still the same topic or area of focus from the last paper we discussed. It says here, APC-PDP national chairman collaborating with federal government, or rather FCT minister, to frustrate Fubara. It says here, nationwide strike looms as Labour gears up for June 3rd, a list condition to avert industrial crisis. At the bottom there, reps warn cement manufacturers against shunning invitation. ASU wants Tinubu to intervene in its demands. And Nigerians will suffer if judges are not well paid. Operations. That's page 3 has more on that. Let's see what we have at the top there. You're a terrorist. Nnamdi Kanu blasts federal government's lawyer in court. That's what we have on the cover of the Daily Times.
Okay.
We have the Vanguard newspaper here right now. It says, on POS, anger, frustration over high cost of cash withdrawals as operators gradually take over banks' ATM function. Customers relate sad experiences in states. Banks sell cash to us, say Delta POS operators.
How much is the charge now? When last did you?
I'm not someone that uses POS as much, unless absolutely necessary, and I've never really asked about the charges. But I will confirm that a little later on. We have some other headlines here. Tinubu, United Nations, African Union, Arab leaders mourn as Iranian President Raisi dies in helicopter crash. Page 9 has more on that. ICANN, Accountability Index, will enhance management of public funds, says Okwosa. Man United want Osimhen. Interesting. That's the sports story headline there. And I'll wrap it up with this. It says here on electricity and minimum wage, NLC, TUC mobilize for strike. That's what we have on the cover of the Vanguard. All right, then that's how we wrap it up on the headlines in the dailies for this morning. Thanks, Mike.